With fall quickly approaching, it is always nice to cozy up with a good book. Today we have some recommendations from the Champaign Public Library. Joining me now is Salem Gebil. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, it's great to be back.
All right, so I see that you have brought 3 book recommendations. Yes. So what do you have? Let's start with this one.
Yeah, so I love the fall. It's my favorite season. So I brought books that all kind of have to do with the fall or take place in the fall. So this first one here is Lauren Harper Falls Apart by Shauna Robinson.
Okay.
And our main protagonist in this book is a woman named Lauren. And Lauren is gearing up for a promotion at work. But then things don't go as planned. And she basically gets in trouble and has to go back to her hometown in Virginia to basically work a job that she doesn't want to work. So she's kind of, going through it at the moment. But while she's back home in Virginia, she reconnects with her best friend, her ex-best friend, and she agrees to assist her friend with bringing back the Apple Festival.
Ooh, fun!
Yes. So being back home has its challenges, but the more she's home, the more she reconnects with people that she's lost touch with, and the more she kind of takes this time to find herself. So it's a really fun read and a very warm, cozy read.
Warm, cozy read. It's funny because the way you're describing it, it almost sounds like the premise of like a Hallmark Channel movie.
Yes.
And I feel like we're about to get deep into that Hallmark Channel movie season. So this will be a good sort of get you in that mood book.
Yes, definitely a feel-good book for the fall.
Awesome. And then what about this one?
So this next one is One Dark Night by Hannah Richel. And this book kind of takes place around Halloween. So if you're a fan of Halloween and spooky season, so on Halloween night, 5 friends go into the woods, teenagers, and there's a road in the woods that's famous. It's called Sally in the Wood because it's named after a girl who was murdered. And so they're going there to see if, Sally real. But on that night, they go into the woods, but one friend doesn't come out. So they're dealing with the aftermath of that and trying to find out what happened that night.
Right.
So the story is told from multiple perspectives. We have Rachel, who's a school guidance counselor. So she's trying to, help kids as fear is high, tension is high.
Right.
Her daughter Ellie also goes to school, and her daughter Ellie might know what happened that night.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. And also, from another perspective, her ex-husband, Ben, is investigating the case. So it's kind of...
Oh, interesting. So she is sort of right at the center and then very tied to trying to figure out what's going on.
Yes.
Interesting. That sounds like a really good book, too, if you're into sort of that darker, spookier, like murder mystery.
Yes.
And then what about this one?
Yeah, the last one is The Evening Shades by Lee Martin. So this book takes place in the fall of 1972 in Illinois. And we have a widow named Edith. And Edith is very lonely. She kind of is struggling. She's having a hard time.
Okay.
And so she agrees to let a stranger named Henry rent a room in her house.
That doesn't sound like a good idea.
Yeah, not the best idea. She knows nothing about him. He's a stranger.
Okay.
But the more time they spend together, the more they learn about each other. And it's that time spent together that may end up, changing the course of their lives.
Interesting. For the better, I hope? Or
yes,
we don't?
For the better, yes.
For the better. We'll let you know that it's not going to be like a dark, spooky one.
Exactly.
Okay, that's good. That's kind of a relief because when you sort of have that premise of stranger, I feel like could really go either way. It could take the bad turn or it could take the beautiful romantic turn.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, what a good variety. Thank you for bringing those.
Of course.
And then you have a bunch of events coming up, right? So let's start with Genome Day on September 27th.
Yes, we're going to be joined by the Institute of Genomic Biology. And so that's going to be a great day for kids to learn about DNA, genomes, evolution. They're going to have a lot of hands-on activities. So yeah, it's definitely a great program. So we hope people will come out with their kids and families and join us on the 27th.
And I will say from personal experience, because they come on ciLiving a lot and do really fun, cool experiments like extracting strawberry DNA and things like that.
Yes.
That is an event you definitely don't want to miss.
Absolutely.
And then what about Shelby Von Pelt?
Yes, Thursday, October 9th, we're going to be joined by New York Times bestseller, Shelby Van Pelt. She's the author of Remarkably Bright Creatures, and believe it or not, that was her debut novel.
Oh, wow.
And so it did really well. People are very excited. So the doors will open at 6:30. Event starts at 7 p.m. And yeah, we're going to have a great night and get to talk more with her and meet her.
And her book is so beautiful. It has a blue cover with an octopus, and it just is such a fun-looking read.
Yeah, and you would think, like, a book where one of the main characters is an octopus,
Right.
But it ends up being a very touching read, and it's a beautiful story. So highly recommend reading it before her visit.
That's right up my alley. And then book club the second Tuesday of every month?
Yes, that's our Table Talk book club. So we have 2 book clubs at the library.
Oh, okay.
There's Cover to Cover at the main branch, and then there's Table Talk at the Douglas branch. Table Talk meets on the second Tuesday of the month. They announced all their fall book lineups. So the next one for them will be October 14th. They're going to be reading the book Ella by Diane Richards. So it's going to be great discussion centered around that book. So it's good to, try to attend both book clubs if you can. They have great book selections and great discussion.
That sounds like it. And it's also, if you don't have a library card, now is the perfect month to sign up for a library card, because sort of across the state it's library card sign up.
Yes, it is library card sign up month. A library card gives you access to so many great resources, along with the events and books. We have our online resources, so definitely sign up for a library card and take advantage of all the library can offer.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being here, sharing the information about the events coming up and book recommendations.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Jaclyn.